What is GMP and why is it important in pharmaceutical manufacturing? Good manufacturing practice, or GMP, is a set of quality assurance guidelines that ensure pharmaceutical products are consistently produced and controlled according to quality standards. The regulations cover all aspects of production, including raw materials, premises, equipment, training, and personal hygiene. GMP is crucial in pharmaceutical manufacturing because it prevents contamination, mix-ups, and errors. It ensures patient safety by maintaining product efficacy and purity. It complies with regulatory requirements from authorities such as the Food and Drug Administration and the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, and it minimises risks in production that cannot be fully eliminated through final product testing alone. What are the fundamental principles of GMP? The fundamental principles of GMP include a quality management system, which is a structured framework ensuring compliance with quality standards. Personnel and training are also crucial, as employees must be qualified and continually trained. Facilities and equipment must be clean, well-maintained and properly calibrated. Production and process controls need to be well-defined and validated. Quality control and testing require effective, analytical methods to confirm product quality. Change management involves formal procedures for approving any alterations. Risk management is about proactively identifying and mitigating potential risks. Documentation and record keeping should be complete, clear, and traceable. What is the difference between GMP and CGMP and EU GMP? Good manufacturing practice comprises general regulatory guidelines that ensure pharmaceutical products are safe and meet quality standards. Current good manufacturing practice is the term used by the United States Regulatory Authority to indicate adherence to the latest industry standards and continuous improvements. European good manufacturing practice refers to the guidelines detailed in UDRA Lex Volume 4, which are often stricter in areas such as data integrity within the quality management system. What is the role of the MHRA FDA EMA in pharmaceutical compliance? These regulatory agencies oversee pharmaceutical manufacturing to ensure patient safety and product efficacy. The Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency regulates medicines and conducts inspections in the United Kingdom. The Food and Drug Administration ensures drug safety, efficacy, and adherence to current good manufacturing practice in the United States. The European Medicines Agency coordinates pharmaceutical regulations across Europe and enforces the European guidelines. What are the key elements of data integrity in GMP? Data integrity ensures that all records are attributable to the person who generated them, clearly linked to that individual, legible, easily readable and permanent, recorded in real time, original first-hand sources of data rather than copies, and accurate, reliable and error-free. In addition, information must be complete, consistent, enduring and available, ensuring full traceability. What is quality assurance and how does it differ from quality control? Quality assurance is a proactive, system-wide approach that builds quality into processes. It includes risk management, development of standard operating procedures, training and audits. Quality control, by contrast, is a reactive approach that involves testing raw materials, in-process samples, and finished products to ensure they meet predefined specifications. What are the main responsibilities of a QA professional in a pharmaceutical company? A quality assurance professional is responsible for implementing and maintaining the quality management system. They review and approve standard operating procedures and batch records, conduct internal audits, train staff on GMP requirements, investigate deviations, implement corrective and preventive actions to address non-conformances and prevent recurrence, and ensure regulatory compliance and preparation for inspections. What is a deviation and how should it be handled in a GMP environment? A deviation is any departure from an approved process, a standard operating procedure, or a specification. It should be handled by documenting the deviation immediately, conducting an investigation to determine the root cause, assessing the impact on product quality and patient safety, implementing corrective and preventive actions, and obtaining a final review and approval from quality assurance. What are corrective and preventive actions, and why are they important? Corrective and preventive actions are a structured approach to identifying and addressing quality issues so they don't happen again. Corrective actions are the immediate steps you take to fix a non-conformance, while preventive actions are the measures you put in place to stop that issue from recurring. They are critical for continuous improvement and for meeting regulatory requirements, because simply testing at the end of production can't catch every potential problem. By fixing issues at their root and preventing them in the future, you safeguard product quality and patient safety. What is validation and why is it important in pharmaceutical manufacturing? Validation is documented evidence demonstrating that a system, process, or method consistently produces results meeting predetermined acceptance criteria. It ensures that products meet quality requirements and comply with regulatory standards. Validation activities include process validation to confirm that manufacturing processes yield consistent results, analytical method validation to verify that laboratory test methods are accurate and precise, and cleaning validation to demonstrate that cleaning procedures effectively prevent cross-contamination. What is the difference between critical quality attributes and critical process parameters? Critical quality attributes are the key product characteristics that must be controlled to guarantee quality. Things like pH, potency, or sterility. If these slip outside their limits, the medicine might no longer be safe or effective. Now, critical process parameters are different. These are the process settings that can directly impact those CQAs. Think about temperature, pressure, or mixing time. If those drift, your quality attributes are at risk. That's why we say, control the parameters, protect the attributes, and safeguard the product. It's the foundation of pharmaceutical manufacturing. What is an audit? An audit is basically a systematic check to make sure GMP is being followed, but there are a few different types. First, internal audits, done by your company to check compliance. Second, regulatory audits, carried out by agencies like the FDA or MHRA. Third, customer or client audits. These are your customers making sure your standards meet their expectations. And finally, supplier audits, checking that your suppliers themselves are compliant with GMP. 4 types. 1 goal, protecting quality and patient safety. Qualification versus validation. People often mix these two up. Qualification is about making sure equipment or facilities are properly designed, installed, and functioning correctly. Validation proves that a process or system consistently delivers quality results. So to put it simply, qualification is checking the tools, validation is checking the outcome. What is quality by design? Quality by design is all about building quality into a product from day one, not just relying on end testing. Here's how it works. You start by defining the quality target product profile, things like purity, bioburden, and uniformity. Then identify the critical quality attributes that affect safety and effectiveness. Use risk management tools like failure mode and effects analysis to reduce risks. And finally, develop process understanding and control, creating a design space for consistent production. The benefit? Better quality, fewer issues, and stronger regulatory compliance. What is the difference between sterile versus non-sterile manufacturing? Sterile and non-sterile manufacturing have very different requirements. Sterile manufacturing needs strict environmental controls to prevent contamination. It's used for products like injectables and eye drops. Methods include aseptic processing or terminal sterilization. It demands HEPA-filtered air, restricted environments, and validated sterilization. Non-sterile manufacturing is for products like tablets, creams, or ointments. GMP still applies, but a sterile environment isn't required. Both approaches protect quality, but the level of control is very different. What is an out-of-specification result? An out-of-specification result means a material, product, or test failed to meet its acceptance criteria. Here's how it's investigated. Phase 1. A. The lab checks for obvious errors, like equipment malfunction or sample prep mistakes. Phase 1B. The analyst and supervisor review everything against a checklist. If something looks suspicious, hypothesis testing can confirm or rule it out. Only if the test is invalid can a retest happen, and it must be fully justified. If lab errors are ruled out, then it's Phase 2, investigating the manufacturing process, raw materials, or equipment. Root cause analysis tools, like the Ishikawa diagram or 5 whys, are used. Then corrective and preventive actions are put in place. Finally, QA makes the decision. Reject, reprocess, rework, or release the batch. What is change control? Change control is a structured system for managing changes in pharmaceutical manufacturing. It covers changes to processes, equipment, facilities, raw materials, packaging, analytical methods, or SOPs. Why is it so important? Because even a small uncontrolled change can create major quality problems, cause regulatory issues, or even put patients at risk. Good change control is about staying compliant and keeping products safe. What is environmental monitoring? Environmental monitoring is about checking the microbiological and particulate conditions in clean rooms and sterile areas. It includes air sampling for viable and non-viable particles. It looks at surface and personnel monitoring to catch contamination on gloves, garments, or equipment. And it tracks room pressure, temperature, and humidity to keep conditions stable. It's vital because it spots risks before they impact product quality. And it ensures compliance with ISO 14644 and EU GMP Annex 1, the role of the qualified person, or a QP. The QP has one of the most important responsibilities in pharma. They are legally required to certify that every batch of product meets GMP and its marketing authorization before it's released. Their responsibilities include batch certification, making sure manufacturing is licensed, and complying with national legislation. Each certification must be formally recorded, and beyond that, there are 21 additional professional duties. We cover those in detail in our full video, but the key point, QPs are legally required in the UK and EU, and they're central to protecting patients. What is a product recall? A recall is when defective or harmful products are removed from the market. Reasons could be contamination, labelling errors, stability problems, or even adverse event reports. The process works like this. First, carry out a risk assessment to classify the recall, Class 1, 2, or 3 in the EU, and up to Class 4 in the UK. Then, regulators must be notified and agree on the action. Next, remove and reconcile the affected products and carry out a root cause investigation with CAPers. Sometimes public communication is needed to healthcare professionals or even patients. Finally, provide updates and a full final report to the regulator. The key with recalls, they must be fast, well documented, and laser focused on patient safety.